came here as a child during a history lesson, because I lived in France and done my education here in France. And back then, you don't really understand the magnitude of the situation. It's part of a classroom lesson. You come, you sort of take note and you're grateful for being here. But having been in the situation that I've been in with my country, I now understand the sacrifice, the ultimate sacrifice that these people and ourselves are willing to give. I can't remember the names on the walls from when I came up here last. That's probably because I was a child and I was, too busy probably running around and not really taking it in. But getting up there and reading some of the names, some of the regiments that don't exist anymore, some of the regiments that do exist that we know of very well, and just the vast amount of names. But it also makes me proud. I don't feel down. I feel proud that I can walk amongst this memorial with my head held high, knowing that these people gave their lives for the freedom we have today. And that's something that you don't recognise as a child. That's something that you don't understand, and we don't expect children to understand that. But coming from a child to a man that's fought for the freedom of my countrymen and women, I stand amongst there with my head held high, and also knowing that these were wars. I haven't been in a war. I've been in combat zones. I've fought in combat situations, but I haven't been in trenches. I haven't been surviving whilst fighting. So I'd never put myself in that same category as these heroic individuals up here. When I walk through, I can't help but think like a soldier. I walk through and I think about the shit banter that we have. Even when situations are bad, I can remember being in a situation where the mission lasted, it lasted a couple of hours, but it lasted a couple of days, and just that banter in between, of whilst we're facing the most adverse conditions where it's life and death. Some of the banter that we came out with as a soldier. And I walk through there and I look at all the names and I think to myself, I wonder what he was like, I wonder what she was like, I wonder what the banter was like between these regiments, or when everything was against them, when they're in those trenches. I guarantee you there was a bit of banter. They would have found something. And that's just the military way of thinking, which no one would understand. No one would get unless you were a soldier and you were in those situations where everything was against you, and you happen to find a couple of gems, a couple of corkers that just keep you motivated for another 20, 30 minutes. I almost feel a sense of peace being here, a sense of freedom being here. Well, I've not felt this in a while. Almost a sense of belonging, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely. When you've been in the military, you understand a little bit more about it. And I come from a military family, and parents in the military, grandparents in the military, and so I'm sure that's very similar to some of your relatives as well.
Absolutely cracking day, mate. What a way to finish it off. And just putting that wreath up there, a lump in your throat, but also just a little nod of acknowledgement. Thank you. Well done. Heroes.
Yeah, heroes, mate.
As sad as it is, I feel proud to be here.